So, Sezikal Napier Sulye, Yue Tabachatine Hesli, Ye Kulu Quen Nether Naster, Chu Hosnelten Nether, Egalas Dabe Ye. So, I'm from Tabacha, I'm from Fort Smith, Northwest Territories. It's way off. I don't even know if I'm pointing in the right direction. I think it's that way. And so I'm from that way, but I'm living in a big city now, work at a school, and a number of schools. And so this is a video game that my relative and my elder, my mentor, she told me 6 years ago. She said, you need to develop a video game in our language. But I never did that before. So, so she told me you have to do it, and then guess what? You just have to do it, right? So this is a game that's all in Denededlaneyati. It's on the computer, on PC, on Mac. And when we figure out how to release to iOS, well, that'll be a miracle. So that'll be nice. But anyway, I'm just kind of letting you know a little bit about, we're not going to play the game. That's not really what my presentation's about. But I have a background as a game designer. My mom was a game designer in the early 90s. So she worked on multi-user dungeons. So she worked on MUDs as black screen, green text. Like no 3D graphics, no jumping around. It was like slash walk north, slash equip sword, slash attack mosquito type of stuff. And so my mom was an early Indigenous game designer. I learned from her. And so when I was growing up, we didn't really have lots of sunyao, lots of sampa. Donna. Yeah, Donna. So we had to kind of get creative. Sampa, I remember that. Yeah, sampa doti. I don't have any money. So, yeah, so, and so I had to get creative. And so, so as a kid, I moved from Tlitz-Alkay, Northwest Territories, to Philadelphia. And if you don't really have a lot of money in Philadelphia, it's tough. And so I stayed up late every night, and I had grid paper and dice, and I would make a different game every night, and I had to hustle that game. So at lunch, at recess, I would charge 25 cents for kids to play, and at lunch I'd charge 50 cents. And if I got 2 different kids to play a game every day, I can get $2. That's lunch money. So that's kind of my background in game design, physical games, which would migrate later into digital games, and then later digital games for language learning. And so we're going to play a game. I'm really excited. So this is a game, not this one here. You know, we can play this whole game right to the end, but that's not what we're here for today. We're going to play a different game called Data Dice. So it's a new game. It was invented for Dene Nation to prepare leadership at Dene Nation for establishing our own ICT, or our own data center. Oh, yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. Merci, thank you. And so, so we're gonna break off into teams. Let's figure out how many folks are in a room here, and that's good, yeah. And so, how many folks? Let's do a quick head count. 4, 8, 12, 16, almost 20. Okay, almost 20. So we're gonna, oh shit, how does the math work on that now? Okay, 9s are out. Or no, 9s are in, 8s are out. Okay. So everyone's gonna get a card. Here's what's gonna happen. Let's see if we can hand out. Everyone should get one of these little sheets of paper, okay? So if you don't mind passing that around. And if you don't have any writing utensils, there's some writing utensils up here. Just leave one for me, this one for me, and then if you don't have a writing utensil, pass that around. Maybe there's some more. But we're gonna work in teams. Here's what's gonna happen. Okay, so here's the story. You happen to be in a northern, remote, predominantly Indigenous community. And this community is in the process of establishing their own network and their own data center. What a coincidence. So your goal, you are each consultants, advisors, experts, etc. Your goal is to give the best guidance and advice to that Indigenous nation as they are establishing their data center. All right? However, it's not all easy here. there are malicious actors, there's environmental mishaps, there's training gaps, there's everything that needs to go into considering a data center. So you need to also think about what can go wrong, what can go awry here, all right? So that's the story of the game we're about to play. So here's what happens. We're going to break off into 3 groups of about 7 to 8 people, okay? And I'm hoping that each group will have someone who's involved in the technology side of things, somebody who's a policy wonk. That's me. I'm a policy wonk. So more on the legislative kind of side of things. Ideally, we want a youth on each team, and I know there's a lot of like just guests as well to community, partners of people who might be here as well. So we want to make sure that each group is kind of well-rounded a bit. Okay, a lot of co-learning happening here. All right. So if you end up in a team and you're like, wait a second, we don't have a policy person, or we have 2 tech people and not this, we're going to figure that out first, and then we'll get into our teams. So here's how it works. Okay. Let's first break off into those groups. Okay. Break us off. Okay. 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 Now that we've self-selected a bit, here's how it works. Okay. Each table is going to get 2 sheets of paper. And here's what you're going to do. Within your groups, well, you're going to need a group name. We'll get to that later. Okay? Yeah. So that would be part of it. But each group is going to have a red team and a blue team. Okay? So about half of you are red team and half of you are blue team. Okay? Yeah. So half of you in each group. Half of you are going to be red, half of you blue, half of you red, half of you blue, half of you red, half of you blue. So if you are red, you are attacking. You are a black hat attacker. You're a hacker. If you're red team, you're on the offense. Your goal is to propose potential problems for other teams. It could be anything. It can be environmental. It could be, a fire has gone through your data center. There's an earthquake. There's, Elon Musk has militarized Starlink. Your job is to think of every potential issue that could happen to a data center, okay? So your goal is to think of issues that the other team is not prepared for. That's red team. Blue team, your goal is to anticipate any of those problems that the other teams are going to put forward for you, okay? So red team, you can create a maximum of 20 issues, okay? 20 issues as a red team. And you want to fill out all of them. You want to have 20 issues, okay? Potential problems. But blue team, you can create infinite solutions, infinite proactive solutions, but you have to be specific. So for example, if you get a red team-ish problem that says, okay, a community member wants access to their data. Okay, blue team, you wouldn't just say like, we have like policy and paperwork for our data center. No, that's not going to be enough. You have to have specific policy here that says, okay, we have a rematriation policy, or we have an access policy for members. Like, you have to think of as many things as you can. Okay, so blue team, you can use both sides of the paper, whichever, but red team, you can only come up with 20 different threats. Does that make sense? That tracks? Okay.
So they said the community member wants access to data. You can't just say as blue team, we'll create a policy. You have to do like more detailed.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. That's right. So in order to score points, it has to be written down. Yeah, it can't just be like, we thought of that. Well, no, thinking about it doesn't count. You have to have put your policy into place here. Yeah. Okay. So here it's not fun. This is not fun. This is a learning experience. Okay. Okay. So you got two sheets here. One of them is red for red team. One of them is for blue team. Okay. So here's how you score points. Okay. We're competing now. Okay. So after 20 minutes, you'll have completed 2 papers. Each of you receive 2 papers now. So red team, you have a list of 20 issues that other teams have to prepare for. And blue team, you have to plan and prepare for everything. Everything, okay? No, you can work together. Yeah, you can work together.
Wait, so
Like-
team, so we can be like, there's an earthquake, we got an earthquake.
Yeah.
So they know what we're planning.
As long as you're in the same group, yeah, then you can collaborate. No eavesdropping.
Same group, meaning same
Yeah, it's like
If you're at the same table, then you can talk to each other.
red with red, blue.
That's right. That's right.
red and blue versus those red.
Okay. And then so here's what's going to happen after we come up. 20 minutes. You're going to come up with those lists, and then we're going to take turns facing off against each other's threats. Did you prepare for it or not? Okay. So so I'm going to be the DM, the data manager. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then so let's say it's your turn and you roll a 9. Okay. Then you have to face off against each of the other red team's 9s. Did you prepare for both of the threats that they had at 9? Okay. So if you're prepared for one of them, you get 1 point. If you're prepared for 2 of them, you get 2 points. Now, if your red team proposes an issue that another team did not prepare for, then your group will get a point if they did not prepare for it. Does that make sense? Okay. So it'll make a lot more sense when you start writing out your red team issues and your blue team preparations. Okay. And with that, I'll put on the timer. Okay, it is 10:15, so at 10:35, we are going to begin. So you've got 20 minutes, build your data center, prepare for everything, and anticipate threats for others. You're all done. Okay. Yep, I gave 3 extensions. Okay. Just like real life, you only have 20 minutes to make a data center. Okay, so, all right, so each team elect each group elect a blue team representative. So one person who's going to come up and represent your group as blue team.
So blue team is defense, right?
Blue team's defense. So we need one captain defender.
No, I'm not. Oh, you're all very weird.
Yeah. The captain defender. Each team needs one defender. Captain defender. Okay. We got Jerry. Oh no, we don't. Okay. We got Coffee as the real defender. Coffee as a potential solution.
Hey, sorry, Drew. Can you just repeat that? What needs to happen here?
Okay, so each group is going to elect one blue team representative who's going to come up, and then their job, they're going to make sure, okay, they know all the defenses, okay? So when they roll a dice and they're faced by 2 red threats, then that's the person on your team who best knows if you have prepared for those threats. Yeah. Okay. Now remember, all your solutions have to be written down already. Yeah. Okay. So we've got one group. Cherish, it sounded like you're the elected rep. Okay. All right. And?
Me.
Okay, you're up.
Not pointing to me.
Yeah?
You're like, I already know.
Yeah. Okay, all right, here we go. Now I'll need every group's red team attacks here. Okay.
Okay, if you can't read it.
Look, I can read that. Oh yeah. A few missing letters, but I can read that. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, is this your attack?
It's our attack.
Excellent. Awesome.
We have an offsite data set. Offsite data set. That's your answer.
Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, drum roll. Okay, and I don't mean to say first and last because it's really not about that.
Definitely about that.
It's all that matters is who wins. So it's very, very close. Now, statistically, okay, just for some stats here, every team slipped up at least once. Yep, okay, and every team landed a successful attack. So I just want to get that out of the way. Everyone was a successful attacker and successfully defended against most attacks. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's right. And everyone wins a participation badge. Nobody comes in first, and points don't matter, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, and that would be the center team, Bill. Right. Well done. Yeah. Well done. Okay, well done, team. And this was the smallest group. There were 5 people in this group compared to the 6 others. So I'm just always rooting for the underdog. All right. Okay. All right. We'll close it there. Okay. And then I have